So I did a video on the channel talking about this thing recently. I did a whole video talking about my bootleg Transformers and figuring out which ones I'm keeping, which ones I'm getting rid of. And I decided to keep this bootleg right here because it's a bootleg of Reveal the Shield Windcharger. And I talked about, oh, it's really cool having a weird butchered bootleg of this mold because it's a really good figure. And I figured, you know what? I need to follow through with this and actually make a video about why Reveal the Shield Windcharger is so amazing. This is a Scout class figure from Reveal the Shield, hence why there's a shield that needs revealed. This is one of the best Scout class figures Hasbro ever made in the Scout class era. It's an absolutely awesome figure, and in my opinion, the best Windcharger figure made so far. They've done some Legends class ones, G1, obviously. There was, not activators, what do I call it? Activators? Alternators. There's an Alternators Windcharger. I have the Decepticharge repaint. It's a good figure, but this is the best Windcharger by far. And this is an awesome recreation of it that's totally not crappy whatsoever. Here, just watch this. Just watch this. It's so good. It's so great. But yeah, I got to show this right away. So immediately you can see where the head, it's similar. Like he's got, some of the similar shapes and everything, but they totally simplified the sculpt, and he doesn't even have a mouth anymore. They kept his jaw, or not his jaw, his chin, but he doesn't even have a mouth anymore. His chest is pretty similar, you can see. That's kind of funny how similar that is. The waist is actually pretty similar, still has the vents and everything, but it's obviously been altered. The hips, you can see, similar but different. One of my funniest ones, though, one of the ones that I like the most, the arms. I love how it's got like that little gray detail right there. It's supposed to replicate the clip system that Reveal the Shield and similar lines had. So you can see that clip is just like molded into the arm now. That's so great. And then the top of the arm is now molded inside of the arm. Man, they totally butchered this mold. They totally did. This is what a bootleg is. This is absolutely bootleg knockoff trash. And I will transform this, but I had to compare this just because this floopy mess of a thing. Like, just look how I have to handle it, too. Look at how messy and floopy this is. It's so fun. It's so fun just seeing a totally butchered bootleg toy of an amazing figure. So let's just toss him off to the side. I've compared it. So here is Reveal the Shield Windcharger. Very simple Scout class figure, but still very, very nice. And you may be wondering, what kind of scale is he? So Scout class back in the day was, larger than Legends and Legion class and everything, but it wasn't deluxe quite yet. Nowadays, deluxe, the definition of it has been kind of altered. So Deluxe Cliff Jumper and Bumblebee and all of them are actually shorter than Windcharger here. So if you want a Windcharger that kind of scales nice with, Cliff Jumper and Bumblebee, this one's pretty good. It's not super G1 accurate. It's not. Because in G1, he did not have this hood chest. Absolutely not. He did not have the hood chest. He just didn't. So if you want a Windcharger that's really accurate to G1, blah, 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 you might want to get the, I think it was Power of the Primes Legends class, maybe Titan's Return. That's the one you'd want that's the most G1. Or just wait for an inevitable deluxe like this. This Cliff Jumper does come with a lot more. He didn't come with that gun. But, he came with a big bazooka, and he's got a backpack, and, he's very nice. And I can tell Cliff Jumper's a little heavier than Windcharger. But it's kind of funny seeing, this was a Scout class back in the day, and this is a deluxe nowadays. So it's kind of interesting. Now, granted, this is very small for a modern deluxe. I'm not saying all deluxes are the sizes of old Scouts, but another comparison I want to make, since a lot of people maybe wonder, how is it next to modern kind of core class? So here it is with a modern core class with Shockwave from Legacy. So you can see Scout class was a little bigger than modern core class. So it's a pretty nice size. I really do like the size of this guy. However, that's not where the fun ends. Because, number one, he's super articulated. He's got a really nice ball joint at the head. He does kind of have some hinging for the shoulders, but not a ton. It's mostly just a ball joint for the transformation. He's got a ball joint at the elbow. And then the wrists will do something really cool. I don't think he has anything at the waist. I don't think so. No, because he has a hinge for the transformation. But he does have ball joints up there. And he's got a really nice knee joint for the transformation. And his feet move pretty well. Even has a little bit of pivot because it's in a ball joint right there. So he's really nicely articulated. Not super posable, not super articulated, but for a figure this size, he's pretty articulated and he's pretty fun. I wasn't collecting Transformers when this guy came out, but I started collecting shortly after, and I understood why a lot of people were really still going after this thing. And it just, I mean, look at this. I did it without even saying it. He's got hand cannons that flip out, and you can attach things to these cannons and just make them super cannons. Now, granted, they don't do the clip system anymore because those C-clips, you know, used to break. But still, you know, if you have some solid C-clips, you can clip some cool weapons on him. Me, personally, I'm not going to lie, one of my biggest Transformers weaknesses is hands that can transform into guns. I love this. I personally think it's cooler when a Transformer has guns transforming from the hands instead of just holding weapons. I don't know, it just makes them feel more like they've transformed. I really just, look at this. This is so cool. He looks so cool with these hand cannons. I mean, tell me you don't like that. That's really cool looking. This Windcharger is awesome. It really is. And I feel like the robot mode isn't the only thing that's really awesome with it, because he's got a really cool like transformation, and the vehicle mode's really cool too. So yeah, you know, I've pretty much talked about everything I need to with the robot mode. You can move his wrists too because of that transformation. You can actually move them in and out, which is pretty cool. Yeah, this is just the Windcharger to get. But one thing, I'm curious. What faction is Windcharger? Is he an Autobot or a Decepticon? Not quite sure. What do you think? Put your vote in the comments below. Oh, looks like he's an Autobot. Heck yeah, he's a good guy. We like the good guys. Man, just look at him. Look at that little face, too. I really do see why this was super desirable when it came out. It was not easy to get. I did not get this when I first started collecting, because, you know, everyone was still really going after it, and it wasn't super easy to get. And, you know, I think I got this like 2 or 3 years ago. I really do enjoy it. I really do. All right, so let's transform it. But first, let's see the transformation on our good old bootleg here. So that flips up, and then that collapses. That is the most basic car transformation you can get for a toy like this. The waist rotates on the knockoff, so it actually has an extra point of articulation. Whoa! I don't know if you noticed that the knockoff doesn't even have feet. And he just tabs the legs together, and he's got these weird clips. Look at that. God, you never see that in a real Transformer. And then you clip it together, and he's got weird gray wheels that don't even want to spin, and woohoo, there we go. It's crazy how much lighter this feels. This feels like... Look, you see how that bounced? This has no weight. It doesn't even have windshields. It's just car. Why'd they paint that? Should have put that blue here. Anyways, there's the KO. That's what we're looking at. And let's get this real one transformed. So you can pretty much guess what's going to happen with some of this. I think, if I'm not mistaken, you keep the hands out. I'm not sure. We'll figure that out. We'll figure that out. You know, no biggie. Then obviously that's going to move. The arms are actually pretty similar in transformation. They really are. But back here is going to be a lot different, because there's a lot more going on. So yeah, you can see that's pretty similar. And again, I'm not quite sure what we do with the hands. Maybe we like flip them back. Maybe that's what we do. It has been a little bit since I've transformed this, but it's not a super complicated figure. I think that's what we'll do. We'll flip him like that. And then this, we will maybe rotate the foot and move it down like that. I think that's what we do. Maybe? I don't know. We'll figure it out. We will get there together. Oh, I see. I remember. So the foot's going to, like, align to the top. Yeah. Because you see there's those grooves in there. And the KO doesn't even have those grooves at all. They totally omitted this section. And then the legs will kind of collapse, and the feet will feed into the top right up there. Yeah, this is pretty cool. All right. So maybe we want to... Let's keep the arms down for a moment. Yeah, let's keep the arms just out of the way for now. And then the foot will kind of go in and slot in like so, filling that gap. Cool, cool. You can see it's a little intricate, but it gets there. Just got to get that together. Then one cool thing I really like, I think the, wasn't it the Generations Thrilling 30 Bumblebee also did this? These pieces just kind of slide. They slide together. Isn't that weird? I don't even feel like they needed to do that, but there's a gap and those pieces are on sliders and they just slide together. It's so fascinating. So the back's all together, and then we'll just get the arms back in. Get those tabbed in to the side. Get that tabbed in. There we go. So definitely do the legs first. You know, when you're figuring out a transformation after a while, you know, sometimes you need to figure out the order of operations. So look at this car mode, man. Tell me you don't like this. This is such an awesome car mode. Me personally, I think it looks a little better with this right here. You can tell, like, especially with this, that this is a bootleg of this exact toy. You can really tell now. Oddly enough, though, they added more detail to the back of the bootleg. That's fascinating. Probably because they got rid of the feet entirely, and they needed to add this weird little spoiler thing so it could stand up. Man, this is... Like, look at this. I'm going to use the same amount of force to, like, jump these. Look at how much higher the KO goes. See that? Isn't that funny? It's just so much lighter. So, yeah, I love this mold. Reveal the Shield Windcharger, man. It's so funny having a KO, too. It's such a bad bootleg. I love this guy. I think I want to go through and talk about some more Scout Class things, because I love Scout Class figures from around the, 2009, 2010 era. I adore them. I actually just got this one. I was going to do a video on this, but I decided to do one on Windcharger first. I just got a GDO Brawl. Didn't have to spend crazy money on it, but I still had to spend, let's just say it was a little bit more than a Modern Deluxe. But GDO Brawl, it's a really cool one. Yeah, this Windcharger, in my opinion, if you want a really cool Windcharger figure in your collection, and if you don't want to hold out for a potential, new Legacy one or whatever, Reveal the Shield is really cool. In my opinion, I think this is the best Windcharger figure available on the market. Obviously not including third party and all that. But if you want to wait, you can wait. They'll probably do a deluxe Windcharger at some point and then retool that into tailgate. Kind of wouldn't mind it if this got a tailgate repaint someday, but obviously it won't. It's a really cool figure. If they make a new Windcharger, I'm not going to get rid of this one. It's just a nice enough figure on its own. I would never just get rid of this Windcharger. Why would I? It's really nice. Alrighty, there we go. There is my I was about to say old versus new. KO versus real, how about that? I don't think this is going to be a series, but I figured I'd just fulfill this because I mentioned it in that video. Here's my review, my look at Reveal the Shield Windcharger. I love it. Go get it. Go get it. It's nice. I don't know what it's going for nowadays. I think I spent around $20 on mine, which is, a little high for a Scout Class, but I think it was worth it. Alrighty, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Special shout out to channel members, as always. Thank you all so much for the continued support. Have a great one, guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.